sorry, that was very heavy. Also, sorry, Xavier, that was a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with you.
Xavier probably zoned the fuck out. What do you mean?
I don't.
He
Don't
hears
matter to
so
me.
much drama from other side things.
Xavier said, "That sounds like not my problem."
Listen, I've mastered the ability to just completely zone out, so don't even worry about that.
It's
I,
okay.
when I was doing
watch-
EOGs today, that's what I did. I just went.
I watch Abigail dissociate in real time on a regular basis, so I understand.
Hey everyone! Speaking of disassociating, don't do
What's
that
up?
right now.
Or dude, just keep
Oh.
just keep streaming.
I need to pull
Oh.
my dice out.
Oh yeah, nice.
That's important.
D&D on D&D
Boost those
Beyond's
numbers.
for.
Hello, my name is Logan, or Never Say Dice on the Internet, and I'm just here to play D&D with my friends.
I just-
How are
What?
you?
Welcome to the shit show.
And how are you? Wait, how are me, Alan? Or how are
It's not
you, the
Toys
great
R
old
Us.
world? Nobushi no Webe, they're playing some
Off
tic tac
to a
toe.
resounding start.
this is a start that we're used to. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah, this is
about.
Oh boy.
On par.
Par for the
Remember
course, man.
We
Alright,
are not
welcome
toys
back.
us.
Are our levels good?
We are toys.
Sound check,
You
sound
hear
check.
Ah.
Check.
I
check.
got to listen to people sound
Your
check our equipment at work all day
Peppers?
through a closed door. So I imagine that's gonna be fun.
Looks like everyone's coming through fine.
Cool.
Toy boat. Toy boat.
Music's playing.
Awesome. Great.
Is
So-
toy boat like a phrase that people use for checking a like?
Is it?
What's a tongue twister?
What's the one from My Name is Earl? Like, better, batter, butter, better, batter, butter. You guys watch My Name is Earl?
I was dumbfounded that somebody had made a My Name is Earl reference. 'Cause I used to watch that all the time, and it almost seemed like a hallucination because nobody brings it up.
Do you ever see like
from
promotional
memory,
art for
like a
that show,
Thanos
and you're like,
snap.
Yeah. You know, the. Oh, God.
that
what
guy was in Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, what was his name?
So was David Cross.
I don't remember what that guy's name is. It's not Earl. I know that.
Jason something.
Jason.
Mraz.
Jason?
Momoa.
Seagull.
Jason, yeah, you remember how Jason
Jason?
Mraz was in
My Name is
his
Earl.
Chipmunks movie?
What about Jason Todd? Do you think Jason Todd was in?
No, it was Jason Derulo, because every episode
No.
started with Jason Derulo.
Jason Todd is dead, and then he got revived in the
Allegedly.
Lazarus pit.
I
That's
need,
true.
I need to hear the Jason Derulo, but in the Chipmunks voice.
Jason Derulo.
I need another video of Lil Nas X showing his Kid Bop or his song being on Kids Bop like 50 billion.
I found I had for the I don't remember if I said that on the talent show there's a kid that was playing the drum set to Uptown Funk, and I was like, I was worried because the parent gave me a CD that it was supposed to go with, and it was just a regular version of that song, you know, like with all the hot
Yeah.
jams and
Yeah.
fill my cup, put some liquor in it, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna get fired. So I found a version on the internet that was literally like it just cut out all the stuff that was inappropriate,
Too hot.
but nothing. Yeah, it was like too hot.
Oh,
Called police, and then there was where it was like
did you
fill my
screw the
cup.
kid's flow up?
I think it kind of did, but also like they.
Damn. We played when I was in high school. The pep band played for the elementary schoolers, and our fucking pep band like leader was just like, okay, instead of tequila, we're gonna say apple juice, and fucking we get
That
there,
doesn't fit the amount of that doesn't even fit the amount of syllables.
does it? And or you say apple juice, and literally every parent in the room goes tequila. We look like assholes.
Yeah, but I probably did mess her flow up. But the thing is, my job is more important. Hot take.
Hot damn.
I think the worst part was like it was like fill my cup. That was it. They didn't even like fill it.
They didn't even come up with the replacement.
Yeah, it was just like fill my cup.
Oh, that's the laziest censorship.
Yeah,
They could
that's
have
the
said
laziest and
liquid.
worst.
Fill
Put
my
some
cup,
liquid in it.
redacted.
I mean, you could,
Fill my
I mean,
cup
Redacted.
I mean, talking
water.
about like the apple juice. If you switch to like orange juice, but then shorten it to OJ, like put some OJ in it. Like, you know, you get
Yeah,
like
there
the
was
right
there
amount
was
of
many.
hits.
There's like a whole like subreddit devoted to how Kids Bop like really just fucks up
Bastardizes.
songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I wake up I brush my teeth and I go in pack. Because when I go out for the night, I'm not coming back. That was one of my favorites. Anyway.
I get the sense that you listened to a lot of Kids Bop growing up. Am I right, Jacob?
No, I actually just read like an article of the funniest ones. I didn't listen. I didn't have any Kids Bop CDs as a kid actually.
I posted the reaction from Lil Nas X of his Kids Bop Montero. Also, it's just such a funny song to put on Kids Bop. But anyway,
What were we here for?
Oh yeah, we were gonna play this.
Oh yeah, M also wanted me to tell you guys that there was someone who mimed in the talent show, and he was pretty good actually.
Nice.
I don't know what the deal with that family because there was someone who mimed, and his little sister did contortion. So
Yo,
she like
they
bit her body in weird ways.
Yeah, I think
That's
that
kinda
was
sick,
circus
honestly.
family at
Yeah.
your school.
are these rich parents?
No, I don't
Look,
I don't
man,
think so.
it's either
her,
you're
her kids are nice.
it's
They were-
either
they're nice
you're
kids.
so rich that you just find stuff to do with your
Yeah.
money, or you're
That's
So
just
broke.
you live. Yeah, you're broke and you live in like the middle
Yeah,
of
I don't
nowhere,
know.
so you just have.
That's
nothing
what
better
M
to
said.
do.
She was like, "How did he discover that he had a passion for mime? Is he self-taught? Does he have a mime mentor?
Especially that young. Like,
Mime tour?
A mime
He's
tour,
in
yeah.
like 4th grade. I think he's in third or 4th grade.
Or
I
a
don't
meme
remember.
tour.
A meme tour.
No, mime tour.
mime
makes
No,
sense.
it's mime tour. Mime tour.
that sounds like a Pokemon mime tour.
Mime tour.
It's a
also
miming
sounds like-
dinosaur Pokemon.
Yeah, it's Mr. Mime, but he's a Minotaur.
I wouldn't say that too loud. That they might actually get some ideas.
Yeah.
Their creative juices
Yeah,
have really
over-
been lacking
Over at
recently.
Nintendo, they're fucking sitting in our stream taking notes.
Yeah. Dude, I mean,
Maybe that's where all the bots actually are. They're just
They're Nintendo bots.
watchdogs looking for inspiration.
that's what one of the DLC for Sword and Shield was like alternate versions of legendaries.
I don't
Like,
want
this is
to. I don't want
Zapdos,
to talk.
but a fighter.
I don't want
This
to talk
one's
about
just a
Pokemon right
big
now.
sad polar bear. Hey.
All right.
Okay, I think Xavier's tuning us out. His best skill, so we'll start playing some DS.
We're sharpening that skill to a razor fine point.
To keep the recap nice and short and sweet, you guys made it to Bryn Shander after striking up a deal with some goblins out in the middle of Icewind Dale.
I want to say that I was super impressed that we managed to resolve that situation because I didn't feel good, so I was not doing anything, and just the fact that we resolved that peacefully.
Without you? Are you
So-
saying that you're like the main character who
No,
resolved
no.
that normally?
Oh,
That's not what I was saying at all, Travis. I was saying that I was impressed because I figured people were going to have itchy trigger fingers and would want to fight, and people didn't fight, and I was impressed with how we resolved that.
You were
situation.
impressed
I-
because you weren't involved. So you thought that
Can you
everybody
mute-
would.
can you mute- can you
murder
I
mute
was
them.
impressed because Alan was the first one to step up.
you see, I may have an itchy trigger finger, but I do try to play my character.
There'll be plenty of
Someone
opportunities to
ban
kill stuff.
Travis. Ban Travis.
You wouldn't be the first to try.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nor will you
That's
be the last.
definitely yeah.
No.
Travis is forever. So you've made it back to Bryn Shander after striking up a deal with the goblins and possibly their home tribe. Does anyone remember the name of where they were from?
I have it written down. Hang on.
Somewhere here.
Goblinville.
It is. Nope, I didn't right now.
I actually did write it down. I
Kakalak?
just need to find.
Yeah, close enough.
Uh,
Real
it
something
was.
like that.
It was.
Kakalak?
Wait. I
Kakalaki?
wrote it down. I wrote it down. I wrote it down.
Yeah, South
man.
Kakalaki.
Fuck.
Yeah, they were from South Carolina. Karkalak.
Karklok. Yep. In the south.
In the
And
south,
we're
in the
invited
mountains.
there whenever we want to.
Yep, they invited you. Yep, you met Milk and Morksy. And
No,
they're
Izobi.
Izobi, their one-eared leader.
Wait,
But
how do you spell it? I just-
Azobi is AZOBI.
like card clock.
It is Karkloch. I'm assuming.
You know, it's close
Okay.
enough. As long as you get the pronunciation right, I don't care
Karklok.
how you spell it.
I spelled it like CAR-CLOCK.
I just
Wow.
wrote it down. I don't know.
Sure.
I googled
feel like this is
Karkloch, and I was like, I hope this is the right spelling.
Clock. CARCLOCK.
Yeah.
Car clock. But you made it back to Bryn Shander. You found the Battlehammer dwarves drinking away at the bar at the Northwook Inn, where they were very surprised that you made it back. In their drunken state, they were, just oohing and awing over your success, started crying, thinking that you had actually abandoned them, and, we're going to leave them in the dark, all sorts of stuff. Gave you your reward, told them drinks were on them, and invited you to drink and party with them for the evening.
Oh, we also got a discount from their shitty
Yes,
ass
10%
store.
discount at their sort of general store, armory, and blacksmith.
General
Aw.
store.
General store. Not much of a discount, but never know. Never know what you might find there. But yeah, it is, well known that the blades and things that they make are not the highest of quality. But regardless, you are able to settle in for the evening, and before we totally settle in, a couple of notes. So the Battlehammer boys, as I've called them in my notes, they will pay for your drinks for the evening, but none of your, appetizers and full meals and your room for the Northwood Inn. And they also make a note saying no wine, no mead. And you learn the reason
They
why.
said that was expensive, yeah, because there's like a whole
Yes.
thing.
There was a whole thing.
Supply chain issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know how.
We all know.
We all
We
get
all
it.
Good meat stop the shipments. We know.
Yeah, we know.
There's the blockage in the canal.
Yeah, so the basic, the drinks that you can get are beer and vodka. Along with that, the only other two things that I wanted to ask you guys. First is, what do you do with your dogs and your sled? If you want to keep the dogs in your rooms and around the inn, that's okay. They'll just, maybe have the little upcharge on your room, a little pet fee, basically. Or you can take them to the stables and have someone who works there look after your dogs and your sled and all that kind of stuff.
Might as well do that.
I'm gonna probably stop by the stables just to ask how to take care of a dog. Because I didn't have the money to take care of a dog, and I 100%, even if I did, would not remember how to take care of a dog. So I'm gonna stop by and take notes.
So it's pretty late by the time you arrive in town. And so
Okay.
you find someone lantern lit standing out in the cold inside the barn trying to figure out, where everything is. You see that they're kind of the night shift person, and they're walking about getting everything, bringing into a small barn for any of the horses. They have a kennel for dogs there and all sorts of stuff. They're completely wrapped up, scarf over face, hood pulled up. But they see you, you go up, you ask questions, and they say like, yeah, just feed them 2-3 times a day. They're working dogs, so they may need a little extra. If you're going to be traveling, they just need to, go out and get a little exercise once a day, maybe twice. Pee every few hours.
Well, thank you. I appreciate this so much. Do you know what they eat?
Kind of a well-rounded diet. Protein, eat some meats. Fish will usually do just fine. Careful with bones, they'll get stuck in their throat and they'll choke and die.
Cool.
Especially chicken bones, but we don't have chicken liver.
No chicken.
Maybe some veggies. Chop them up from them small enough to eat.
Cool. Well, thank you. And I will give them 1 electrum for their information.
Wow, one whole electrum, huh?
What electrum? Yeah.
You got a 5 silver instead.
No, you gave me 2 electrum one time.
So you give them the 1 electrum, they're like, hey, drinks on you tonight.
Yep.
So I assume you're going to be taking your dogs into the inn with you then.
Yes, I will. I will personally. It sounded like Jacob wanted to be a bad dog owner and put them in the shelter and whatnot.
Is that what that means?
Be a bad dog owner and pay someone that knows how to take care of animals. Take care of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, you're not one of those people that sleeps with your dog. It's fine. I understand.
What is this animosity that's happening right now?
Travis is trying to. First of all, I don't have a dog. Second of all,
That seems more of a you issue than it seems like a me issue.
Okay, guys. All right. Let's slow down here.
Whoa.
So if you're gonna take your dogs into the inn, you'll have to
Travis, if
leave
you
your.
keep talking me this way, we're gonna kiss.
I hope you. I was waiting for it.
We know you
Please
were.
just make my dreams come true.
So
Don't threaten me with a good time.
with the dogs in the inn, you will need to do something with your sled. You could pay to, store it somewhere. Like at the inn, they have, probably a small little storage place that they would just tack onto your room fee, or you could just try and hide it somewhere off to the side.
There's not like a bike rack for sleds.
Not really, no. But nevertheless, it's a negligible fee, all things considered. So for the sake of all of your food, all of your room, all of your dog, pet fees, and everything else, if each of you will give me 2 gold pieces, worth of whatever.
Alright, I'm gonna give you 4 electrum.
Mother.
My character only carries electrum now.
It's all lucky. Everything converts to electrum. I'll give you a magical item that just converts
Hey,
everything.
excuse me, sir. Can I interest you in this crisp $2 bill?
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta count out these Sacagawea dollars.
Oh my lord.
Actually, I'm only gonna be carrying copper. How does that sound?
I'm
On
walking
that
around
person at
with
the grocery
50
store?
cent pieces.
Yeah.
Only
I'm
50
gonna-
cent pieces.
All right, it's gonna be a 50 gold. Do you take 5,000 copper?
Good.
It's just that one person at the grocery store who's like picking out just has a whole bag of like nickels and pennies. And it's just
You
like,
mean the elderly, Travis? We know.
We know you hate them, Travis.
Where do you think the term nickel and dime came from?
for the purposes
Sorry.
when things would actually cost a nickel or a dime, probably. When a nickel and a dime weren't just a waste of counter space.
Okay, Travis. So
Fucking
Okay.
shitting lobby.
last thing is
Louis glass jars of copper coins.
last thing. This is for Jacob. I figured for simplicity's sake, as far as crafting new spells and such, we're going to keep it a little bit simple, and I'm going to send you a thing through Discord. We're basically just going to use the Xanathar's downtime thing of making spell scrolls to represent the actual practicing and formulating and everything of the spell itself, and then you can either copy that spell using the normal copying into your spellbook rules, or save it and then add it into your spellbook later on your level up.
Okay. So, if I finish it, I have to spend the gold to copy it in my spell review, like you said.
Yes.
Right? Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
The spell scroll thing represents, the going through materials to get it just right, and then actually getting into your spellbook formally.
And I guess I'll add that Gil will use some time to continue helping since he's basing it off of his
Yeah.
use of the bow.
Can I don't remember if this is the rules. Can I work on a spell for a spell slot I don't have yet if I have an idea already?
Do not believe so, no. But what,
I think it's even more difficult as the higher spell slot too.
If I can explain my idea that I have, so I was inspired by our Stars Without Numbers campaign. There's a thing that I can do in that where I can make like psychic weapons. And I was thinking about making some kind of abjuration spell where you make arcane weapons, because there's a lot of things where you like think about like Shadow Blade, how
Yeah,
that
yeah,
works. high, not second level, make it a third level spell, but it's like a spell that lets you make arcane weapons, but there are different configurations that do different things. I'm still working on it, but one would be like a sword and shield, and then one would be like a pole arm that's more focused on like reach and damage, and would have different secondary effects depending on like what configuration you make it in.
Mm-hmm.
But it would probably end up being like a third level spell. But I'm working on it still, and I'm gonna workshop that. But
Yeah, no, I think with that, like, because we're just using the bare bones of the spell scroll thing, would probably throw in some Arcana checks in there. But I would definitely let you like come up with higher level spells, but then you just wouldn't be able to like really use them until later on.
And I have a couple others that I'm workshopping in my brain that I will send to you. Yeah, but
and what I'll go ahead and say too is since Austin is helping you. That technically cuts the time in half, and you've basically done that already. You've already done a half day of work, because it's a first level spell you're working on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you just want to subtract 25 gold pieces, you can go ahead and like finish your research with that spell, and then you would just need to copy it into your spell book.
All right. I will do that, I guess, while we're kind of messing around at dinner.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. So,
and we agreed that was kind of the same kind of thing as guiding bolt, but instead of the disadvantage, or the advantage on a hit, it is strength saving throw to be knocked prone.
Yeah, what type of damage?
Force damage, because it is wind.
Interesting.
That's clever.
It is the Alagondar wind bow.
I dig it. Yep, that works for me.
Can you imagine how cool it would be just like to see the two, like Ventus and Gil lined up next to
their
each other,
bows at the
and
same,
both drawing their bows at the
same
same
form
time?
and everything because he copied off of you.
That's cool.
Oh,
Just
that's okay.
That's
Is that
really cool.
was that inspired by the Dark Souls bow spell
Yep.
thing? Cool.
Loretta's great bow. Yep.
Yeah, Loretta's great bow from Elden Ring.
Great fucking spell.
Yes, it is. It's so good. It's such a long range spell. I love it.
Just wait till I work on some of the other ones that I've thought of.
Ooh, do the triple bow spell. That's like level
Loretta's Loretta's
mastery.
Yeah.
So good. Such a good fucking.
But make that like level 8, I guess. At that point, I don't know how you balance that. Honestly,
We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
Carefully.
So, with all that wrapped up, we'll assume, 8:30, 9 o'clock by the time you fully settle into the North Look. I'm not going to go over all of what Bryn Shander is and what it's like. You can see by some of the... Oh, I never actually changed the things we started playing. That is some lovely artwork by James RPG Art on Patreon and stuff. And then I'll also jump you over to the Bryn Shander map, just in case you have an inkling to go do anything before it gets too terribly late. But I assume for the most part, after a few days out in the snow, you're probably pretty comfortable sitting in a nice warm inn, drinking a bit, eating some good hot food, and let me switch it to a nice bar atmosphere here.
Are we, since Ventus was the only one who expressed interest in bedding his dog down, the rest of us, can we have our dogs just like with us in the bar?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I find some little, I don't know, like scraps. I throw them in like just a tankard of water, kind of swirl around, and then I cast shape water and I freeze it, and I kind of just dump it out on the ground and make a little popsicle for my pup.
You make a little puppy treat popsicle.
Yeah. Little popsicle.
Popsicle.
Well, if everybody else is gonna keep theirs in the bar with them, I'm not gonna have mine be by itself. That's not nice.
Cool buddy. He's my pal.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that most people throughout 10 Towns don't have the same affinity for like they're traveling animals as you do. A lot of people will take them to the next town, sort of trade them off, get their money back, so that way they can purchase other things. Whereas you guys have far more disposable money, so you can, like, you know, keep a pet.
Yeah.
Like a little first world luxury, holding on to your pack animals, your riding animals, I guess. So Clan Battlehammer, these 3 dwarves who have been marred by that Yeti attack, knowing that their stuff has been recovered, their clan feels safe, and whether, you know, it's true or not, they believe that there's been some kind of vengeance earned on behalf of their fallen clan member. So they're looking to celebrate, which is unheard of in 10 pounds. There's nothing to celebrate ever. But they're wanting people to drink and do all sorts of stuff and have a good time. So every person that comes through, they do their best to convince them to stay. So eventually, by the time you guys settle down, of course, your friend Danica Greysteel and Carlton the Tawinga are there eating and drinking. The town Sheriff Markham Southwell, that knows Gil fairly well, he's there, not doing any heavy drinking or partying, but he's just kind of enjoying himself. The 3 Battlehammer dwarves, of course, Scramsax, the bar owner and proprietor of the Northlook Inn, and then all sorts of miscellaneous adventurers and mercenaries that have, you know, grouped off in different places, started different games, bar games, and, you know, whatever else it might be. We have a couple options here. There are some games to play with, you know, dice rolling that I've found or made up myself. You can also just role play amongst yourselves and have little conversations. You can talk to some NPCs. You can go out and do stuff, whatever y'all want to do.
I'm gonna finish copying my spell down first.
After Gil gets done helping Ventus with the practical part of the spell and he starts going into the written portion of it, he's probably gonna go talk to people. He doesn't drink, so he's just gonna hang out, talk to people. He's probably gonna sit with Sheriff Markham and catch up a little bit, maybe just talk to various people around, make new friends, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think Kasimir is just still dwelling on that memory from last time and just kind of pensively sitting and half listening to the dwarves talk about how much they love iron. Like just sipping on an ale, but he has like Andre the Giant level stamina, so it's just no effect.
Instead of holding like a pint glass in his hand, he's holding the entire like mini keg in his hand that he just like picks up and sips out of.
I'm gonna go play Bloody Knuckles.
Yeah, one of my birthday parties as a teenager, my friend and my cousin played Bloody Knuckles, and my cousin broke my friend's knuckles. All of them.
Oh.
All on one hand. On one hand. All of them on one hand. But
I don't know if that makes it better. I really...
Yeah, I assumed that's what you meant, but yeah, that's...
I'm glad you
Oh, boy.
clarified, though. I guess they didn't just, like, go up there and...
yeah, no, like they were playing Bloody Knuckles and they got really into it and he wouldn't back down and he ended up walking away with like all four knuckles unbroken. Yep. Anyway, figured I'd share that.
I am going to use my dog to pick up somebody.
Oh my god. Dog to get laid.
Oh, we should have seen it coming.
I don't... Yeah, I don't know what else you expected. Why I brought my dog into a bar was obvious.
Oh
I
no.
don't know.
Okay, it didn't trigger. I forgot to update the recap command. Thank you for reminding me, Lily. Yikes.
Hey, Lily.
Hey,
think-
Lily.
Wow.
I think Win is just going to. How much does it cost for now?
It's covered like within the dwarves paying for it, and then your room stuff.
Oh, they're
The
paying
meat is
for
the
it.
only thing we can't have.
Okay, well, if they're paying for it, I'm getting shit faced.
Nice.
Like I'm constantly another. I'm also. I feel like since I'm a Triton, I'm a fish person. I feel like I could go down a lot.
What kind of drunk is Win?
I like to think that Win has different stages. You know, so he at
Like
first,
the Amy Santiago from
yes,
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
exactly. At
First,
first, he's
one
like
drink win.
he's like dancing and he's like super happy and like everything, and then like about like an hour or two in, he gets super depressed and he's crying in the corner, and then like you give him another shot and he's immediately just like he gets like fighty, but he can't fight, you know. So it's just like
Warrior of Twilight, we'll kill you, bar dweller.
he tries turning it on, one of his eyes only flicker, it doesn't go full all the way.
Throws
he's
up
like
a bunch
Spike.
of stars. Oh,
So,
sad.
I need to toilet cat. I know we're just getting started. So,
Yo, me too.
oh, does anyone else need a toilet cat?
Sure.
Everyone like half
Go
sure.
for
I
it.
was like, I
I
get.
could use a snack.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll take a little snack
Oh, a
toilet
snack,
cat
yeah.
break, and then we'll get back into Louis hitting on
Remember-
people and all sorts of stuff.
Don't do both those things at the same time.
It was me, Austin.
The truth comes out years later.
Oh, hey, Daniel Buchan. Was that one of your gift subs, Jacob? It sure was.
Yes.
Um,
Daniel Buchan,
also,
Joker Wild.
for reference, it was 67 hours and 54 minutes.
Too long.
We could have had a fucking New Year's weekend and
Yep.
still not finished that playlist.
Okay.
Spit on it a little bit.
So, I'm gonna combine a couple of these things. I guess, Jacob, do you go and do your work up in your room or do it down in the bar?
Oh, I do it in the bar. I'm full on that guy that goes to a bar to read a book because I like having the people around, but I have something I'm trying to do right.
Oh, I don't think I've. Oh no, I may have not looped the. I sure didn't loop the hearth music. So,
I'm still I'm sitting at the table with all of the people, with Kasimir, with whoever else. I'm sitting at the table. I'm finishing things. But I'm fully mage hand. There's my mage hand is holding my drink, and I'm writing, and I'm multitasking. But I'm there, but I'm not present.
Gotcha. Combining these two things. As Kasimir is sort of relaxed, listening to some conversations with his pup, licking the pupsicle, and Gil, you're kind of going around and chatting with people. I'm sure you guys kind of sort of pick up on, each other sort of being a little more relaxed approach, moving around, listening to conversations. And Gil, in speaking with Sheriff Southwell, just very slowly sipping at a beer. As you approach, he kind of holds up his tankard, dark-skinned man, kind of salt and pepper goatee, but still wearing his armored sheriff garb. He says, "It's pretty good work with the Battlehammer clan. Nothing out of the ordinary."
Not really. Well, it's the strangest thing of how we got the Iron Ingots. No fight to be had, no Yetis to be seen. Aftermath of the Yetis was, of course, still there.
Yeah.
But no Yetis to be seen. No, we just came across some scavengers that had found the wreckage, and they were more than willing to part with it peacefully for food and warmth. Just enough warmth to help them get by, and food for them and their animals to survive.
You see him sort of reflect for a moment. you can tell that he's not been in Icewind Dale his whole life. Sheriff here is probably sort of like his second or third career. He definitely has some former military experience or something in him. And you see him kind of trail off for a second. Sorry, I just never thought I'd see the day where all it took was a little bit of food, a little bit of warmth, and not a, sack full of gold to appease some scavengers.
Well, at this point, they're scavenging. From the conversation we had, they're scavenging for the purpose of surviving, not there to make a quick buck. They were just trying to find some way to get a source of food, and providing the food meant that they didn't really need what they were there for. Said it was easier just to take the food than it was to try to sell the iron.
And, he'll ask, where you found him, and kind of near the Dwarven Valley and everything.
Not that far from where the wreckage was. They hadn't been there long.
Because I might have sent a few notes asking if anyone's seen anything, and what else might be out there in a couple of the other towns. Speaking of notes, I don't know the contents of said note, but Townmaster from Easthaven apparently sent something in regards to you all.
Here?
Yeah. Miss Duvessa. Any idea what that note is?
I mean, maybe he's sending word of things that we did there, or conversations that we had, or maybe has something to do with the most recent thing that we helped them with. We helped feed a portion of the town, just because they had fallen on hard times with the loss of some fishermen. So.
And you can see that he was kind of, speaking of fishing, he was fishing for that answer, trying to see how much you would say, and he kind of nods and says, yep. So the rumors are true, then. You've fed Easthaven.
Very carefully. Of course. And so, you did actually read the letter, or at least Duvessa read it to you.
Well, it's more of word has a way of traveling.
As it does.
And I don't know. I just know that you all held some kind of soup dinner for everybody. And people were just surprised, and people were talking about it, saying you guys were some kind of a little more benevolent mercenaries traveling town to town feeding people. I don't know how much that's true, but
We all have our own motivations, but we all are motivated to try to put an end to whatever's been happening to the Dale. And I know I personally am here to try to help. And we have come to the conclusion that helping the towns and easing their suffering can make things a little better, and maybe we can find a solution to this together. As a people. As people of Icewind Dale. The better off the towns are, the better off we will be, and the better off we are, the sooner we can help put an end to all of this, and it can go back to being normal miserable, and not completely miserable.
you see that he kind of looks around the bar, looks at the people you arrived here with, then looks at you, and hey, Austin,
Yeah.
how sincere and trustworthy is Gil being right now? Because you can tell that Southwell, he kind of looks at you in sort of a disbelief, there's no way your motives are that good and pure.
I imagine, since Bryn Shander is the largest of the 10 towns, that most of Gil's experience with 10 towns probably also comes from Bryn Shander. I feel like it is very safe to assume that Gil is being sincere, especially to Markham, who he has had, or to Sheriff Southwell, who he has probably had more interaction with than other leaders or militia captains of other towns.
So he probably looks at you, gives a, hefty breath out of the nose, Takes a sip of his drink. They just don't make them like you anymore.
Environment makes a difference. And so does experiences. I've experienced enough suffering in my life to know that, and watched others suffer, to know that somebody has to do something. I mean, my entire culture is based on mutual cooperation and facing challenges. It's what we do. It's who we are. And ever since I had to leave, I figured a little of that could be used here.
She kind of gets a little low to you to start talking, and Kasimir, with your sort of, in the background kind of position right now, just listening to conversations, you've heard all of this. You hear, Southwell talking about this stuff. But at this point, when he gets real low to Gil, he starts to whisper a bit to where it's out of earshot. Kasimir, do you want to try and continue listening, or do you want to turn your attention to the dwarves talking about iron?
I don't know. I feel like I've been half listening, but maybe this interaction has started to pique interest to some degree. Yeah, I won't put like a whole lot of effort into it, but I might, turn what's left of my ear over there.
Make a perception check for me.
Nah.
What'd you get?
On the dice, big old 3. So I take it back. For a moment, I'm like, and then I'm like,
Hard to hear.
I like this better. As you're about to crane your ear to listen, as you are getting super sloshed and drunk, what do you do when you approach Kasimir that keeps him from overhearing this conversation?
I walk up to Kasimir. I try to reach my arm around him, but I end up just hitting him in the back of the head. And I'm like, "Hey, why aren't you drinking? We used to drink." And I just I'm shoving it in your chest.
I hold up my fucking taker that's bigger than your head, and
Oh, okay. I see. You're trying to race me. Let's race. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
that's not what this was.
Yeah. I like this side of wind.
How quickly does Wind down it? Or is it a professional job, or is there a little bit?
What should I roll for this?
Well,
I'm gonna roll. What, con?
Flip a coin.
Actually,
I would say-
let me know.
Flip a coin.
see, here's what I was going to say. I'm familiar with Wynn's history and backstory.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he'd be pretty proficient in this.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think you really have to roll much. There might be a little, little that trickles out the side of your mouth, but that's it, man. It just goes down.
He downs it and he immediately lets out a huge ass burp.
Is Win the party friends?
Yeah,
And then he tosses it to the side and says, "Another."
I
Wins the
set my taker down and I go, "Oh, you really had me there."
Told you. Sorry, you shouldn't have raced me, dude. You're never gonna win.
Yeah, another round for the prince, and then I turn and mouth water.
Pair of princes, don't forget. We got 2 princes in the town.
I'm sitting at the bar. I'm still wearing the big hat that I wore.
Big wizard hat.
Big hat, thank you.
I'm sitting I'm still scribbling. And at this point, I'm not working on my spell. I'm reading the scroll that we got, the attract metal one, and I'm kind of just going over how weird that spell is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm nerding out about it by myself, just talking about the red wizards out at kind of mouthing about it to myself, just like strange composition.
And then you hear 2 princes.
We go, oh yes, 2 of them. That's. And I go back down like, what a strange attracting metal. Who came up with this?
Why isn't he drinking? He should be drinking. Everyone should be drinking. Everyone should be drinking.
I am drinking. I'm working. I'm doing both.
In the meantime, this little quiet conversation had between Sheriff Southwell and Gil. Austin, I know you've done a pretty decent job of like writing down all the different like rumors and things you've heard. So sorry, you're about to get 2 more.
Incredible.
Because-
All right, hang on. Let me make space.
Everybody hydrate. Thanks, Lily.
Oh, hey. I left my water in the living room.
Thank you, Lily. We needed it. Sort of bouncing off of his comment about they don't make them like you anymore, Gil. He leans in and says, I know Goliath don't really make it down here to 10 towns, and, you know, people might not. We'll say people treat you a little bit different than other visiting Goliaths, but yeah, for what it's worth, and for what, 4 beers are worth. There are 2 settlements in 10 towns whose town masters aren't exactly around. One of them is missing, but the rumor is that he's fallen ill. And the other is also missing, but people are pretty certain he was killed. So if politics are up your alley, Gil, maybe see if Town Master Gil sounds right to you.
I don't exactly have much experience leading people. I've had experience being a young and stupid teenager, leading other young and stupid teenagers into fights and into trouble. I will do my best to help the people, but I guess I just have to wait and see where my ancestors take me before I decide I'm going to do something like that. Surely there will be others that are good people who can step up. But time will tell. I'm not so prideful to think that I can lead people like that, but I will do what I can to help. And I don't mean that in any ill towards the people who do lead around here.
Well,
I am
some of them. Just thought I'd throw it out there. There are openings.
But 2 towns are missing their leadership.
Specifically, the first one where the person is missing but potentially fallen ill, as the rumors say, is in Caer Dineval. Which, Caer Dineval is not the first time that has popped up in a rumor.
Cultists in the castle.
That is where the cult castle is also, apparently. And if you inquire to Southwell about it, the castle of Caer Dineval, where this supposed cult might be, is the town master's castle.
Rad.
So it's sort of these 2 separate rumors have converged at that point. And even Southwell doesn't know about the cult thing. The cult thing was something you got from the ghost lady of the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second place where the townspeople has recently gone missing, quote unquote, is in Goodmead, where the meat shipment has disappeared. Specifically, it is believed that the same people that have disrupted, or specifically the same giant who has disrupted the shipment of mead, also killed the town speaker.
That's new information.
That is some new information. So, in the meantime, when you go around saying, "Why aren't you drinking? You need to drink. You need to drink," getting everyone drinks. Let's see. One of the Battlehammer brothers. Brother. Hey, brother.
Hell yeah, brother! like when I played.
What was the name?
What's his fucking name?
It was something terrible.
Something the Minotaur. I don't remember. Anyway.
The sort of main Battlehammer brother, Hruna, walks up, smoking a cigar, missing an ear and missing a couple fingers. After hearing you shout, "Why aren't you drinking? Why aren't you drinking?" he walks up, probably to Kasimir, Wynn, and basically whoever else, but mostly just Kasimir and Wynn, because he hears Wynn yelling next to Kasimir. And says, "Yeah, we're just about to start a new game if you want to join. You ever played the Drunken Huntsman before?"
Sure, yeah, let's do it. I'm down. I'll win.
Waves you over. Kasimir, he doesn't even take your answer and just immediately waves over and starts walking away.
Alright, I feel the need to protect Wynn from himself, so I'll follow.
Does anyone else want to join in on this game called the Drunken Huntsman that Wynn
I
apparently
am
knows?
definitely not joining, but I will watch with interest.
Norm joins.
Norm joins. And you can play if you just want to, like, drink water or something. It's not, it is a drinking game, or alternatively, you could just bet some coin instead of drinking.
I'll
Brings beer.
Oh, nice. I'll join. Probably. While I'm flirting,
Playing
I'll
some
flirt
bar
with you.
game called the Drunken Huntsman.
I'll play.
As I
I'll take a
say,
break.
Gil is a bit Spartan about these things. So.
Yeah.
You see, as you are yeah, that's a good so at our bachelor and bachelorette weekends, we did a combined batch weekend. We played drinking games combined with the bridal and groom's party. Lily, who is in the chat, doesn't drink. So instead of drinking alcohol while playing drinking games, Lily drank Coca-Cola out of a mug. Lily was more hungover than any of us because she was so jacked up on caffeine all the time.
Could not sleep.
I remember her saying that, and I was like, honestly, I feel like not sleeping because of caffeine is almost like just as bad as being hungover.
Yeah, because at least with a hangover, you can mostly kind of recover from it after a couple hours, but lack of sleep, that just fucks you up.
Yeah.
You're donezo after that. So yeah, Gil, you can drink some soda.
Coffee.
But the game, if Gil, you just want to sit and watch, you see what's happening immediately. There's a segment of the inn that has been sectioned off for this game. It's kind of like darts, kind of like axe throwing, but instead, the premise of it, as you see, is sort of written along the wall to sort of like relate to people and newcomers, especially because this is where people first arrive, and it's sort of like an introduction into 10 towns in Icewind Dale. The premise is that you accidentally bought booze instead of food to stock up for the everlasting Rime. So, instead, you have to go out
Which one
hunting
does?
with a belly full of liquor. But, instead, a Yeti starts to hunt you, instead of you hunting for food. And you see painted on the wall is a Yeti with its hands up and mouth open in a roar. Kasimir, you now see this.
How does that make you feel?
Yeah, they light the lanterns on either side and it's now being illuminated.
I think without noticing, I kind of just gripping my tankard, fucking like warp it inward a little bit until it kind of like cracks eggs and springs a leak. And I go, I think this one was defective.
So you get a fresh drink. You see that
Not happy about it.
Yep, 20 feet away from the Yeti painting on the wall, there's a line that's been drawn. And the idea, you see that there is a small barrel with a bunch of knives stuck into it. The idea is to throw knives and try to hit a target that has been painted inside the roaring Yeti's mouth. Every time you miss, it's a pretty big target. It's almost a comical caricature type Yeti. And whenever you miss the target, you have to take a drink. And mechanically, the AC goes up every time you take a drink because of, your motor skills, getting worse. And then eventually, the more drinks you have to start making con saves. And if you fail a con save, then it's basically you party foul in some way. You get a little too drunk, you knock someone's spear out of their hands, you spill your own, whatever it might be.
Pee your pants.
Yep. And then, whoever makes it to the end, you're the winner. It's just a very basic drinking game.
I'm in.
Are there teams in this, or is just every man for
Yeah,
himself?
it's just every man for themselves. Does anyone not want to play now?
I'm gonna stand off to the side and just
Gil will continue to remain observe this game.
Oh, am I the only one playing? I'm playing.
I'm certainly playing.
I'm
Oh,
playing.
let's go. Let's go.
It's Norm, Louis, Ventus, Win, and then Runa Battlehammer, who is already
That's
just
a cool name.
obliterated drunk. They've been drinking since like 2 p.m. So that's definitely there. He's gonna be out pretty quick. So to determine who goes first, this will be more of a. It's very obvious immediately. The participant who has survived a Yeti attack the most recently gets to go first, and Runa Battlehammer just survived one last week. So he
I don't
will-
know. It feels kind of fixed, kind of rigged.
He just that's the game and puffs a big puff of cigar smoke at you, and takes his throw. He's basically already on drink 6, so he's gonna start on drink 6.
How do people feel about like messing with each other during this game?
I mean,
do what you're gonna do.
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be paying a lick of attention. I'm still gonna be flirting while
How
playing.
how drunk how drunk is this person?
He is already on the drink 6 rules, so he's literally just one failed con save away from losing.
So he's not gonna pay attention. So what I'm gonna do, if you'll allow me, after that little interaction about that's the game, I want to like cough, and as I'm coughing, cast Gust, and just kind of push the knife a little bit, fuck him up a little bit,
So he actually
because he's drunk.
he did hit on that initial roll. He definitely missed on the second one. So he takes his drink. He makes his con save. He fails his con save.
He's out.
He sucks in on a cigar too hard, starts coughing, and throws up into his cup and sits down in a chair.
Oh.
And I look at him and I go, that's the game.
So here's what I'm gonna do. Jotting these down. You can keep track of them yourselves. I can keep track of it. as
Bad Boy
well.
Ventus. I like Bad Boy Ventus.
Yeah,
This is a little different.
I'm a little mischievous. What can I say?
this feels very much like that dad who's very much not mischievous. Plays that one freak.
Yep. So I'm gonna start you all at drink 0. I assume some of you have already been drinking at things, but for the sake of ease, we're gonna start at 0. Now, if you guys will go ahead and roll an attack roll, either a strength-based attack roll with a dagger, provided you're proficient, or a dexterity-based, provided you're proficient.
I'm guessing I can't use Shillelagh for this.
I
Roll with a dagger.
16.
Nat
15.
1.
Awesome, you-
Let's go.
Let's go, Xavier.
I'm gonna cast shield. Just in case.
What a dick.
11.
Well, just in case he misses and hits me. That's what I meant.
All right, and Norm?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, of
Oh.
course.
17.
17. Okay, Louis, you still hit. When
doing?
you miss, you are on drink 1. You down a first shot. Everyone go ahead and roll your attack rolls again. It's going to go quickly.
6.
17.
15.
Why I'm rolling attack rolls? I don't remember that this character doesn't exist.
15.
Okay, so that time it's Louis who is now taking his first shot. Rolls again. I imagine
Ah.
Louis starts hitting on people.
I've been hitting on
wow. It's a shame that fake Yeti is not a patron of this bar. You'd be sure to hit it, wouldn't you, Lou?
Is that because you're horny?
Only if the target was a little bit lower.
I mean, yeah.
All right, what everyone get?
Nat 20.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
18.
What is it? Plus 6?
Bless you.
Non-nat 20.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
And Louis, what'd you get?
I got a 13.
13. That is exactly what you needed.
Oh.
So as Ventus and Norm's drinks get warm, everyone roll your next attack rolls.
— 13.
15.
9.
9.
So Louis and Norm, you take shots each. You know, it's like it's homebrewed potato vodka here in Bryn Shander. They're not importing much. It's all grown in people's backyards and turned into vodka. So it's a little strong. Hurts a lot going down. But Ventus, your drink is still getting kind of warm.
It is
Come
what it
on,
is.
guys. Make it a
I'll
challenge.
drink. I'll drink it anyway, just to be like, it's fair.
Do I need a? I don't need a con save yet.
No,
This-
not yet.
I'm gonna be like I actually am when I play drinking games, and I just drink even if I don't lose, because
Same.
why am I not drinking if I'm
Yep, that's fair.
playing a good game?
If anyone else feels like doing that, you're more than welcome to. But if not, go ahead and throw your next set of knives.
14. Oh, hello,
20.
cat.
Nat 20, baby.
A 10.
Okay. Louis, you are starting to feel it. Starting to get a little wobbly. Starting to lose sight of where the target actually is.
Am I on 3 or 4?
You are on drink 3, and this is where if you start missing these attacks, you start making con saves. Alan, what was your roll?
21.
21, so you're okay. You're still on drink 1. Louis is the only one that's getting super drunk right now. So everyone roll your attack rolls for your knives.
Hold on a second, I have a cat on my desk. Get out of here!
19.
Oh my god.
There's a cat on my desk.
Travis?
A 6.
Travis, roll a con save for me.
Alright.
21 again.
Jesus, Alan.
What? Why do I have a +1 for con?
Uh,
I have a 12 for con, by the way.
17.
Travis, what is Louis' party foul that gets him to lose the game? Does he throw
He
up?
pours
Does
a
he
drink.
fall?
On the hottest person in the bar.
I think Louis just starts getting naked. I think
He's
Oh,
Wow.
Louis, one of those.
yeah.
he does the OG drunk Mulford.
Taking
He's
off
like
his
grabbing
shirt.
his feet and then just like.
Oh my god.
I think he just like I think he drinks that last shot, and then the instant he shoots it down, he's like, all right, and he starts just like taking off his clothes.
So, yeah, then everyone deems that a party foul and you get kicked out of the game. Free to flirt with whoever shirtless around the bar.
I don't think Louis gonna put back on his shirt
Yeah, that's what I thought.
for sure.
That's exactly what I thought. Everyone else rolled pretty high on that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sweet. So now Louis is disqualified. Everyone else, you were still on your first drink while Louis is completely disqualified at his fourth drink.
And nude,
And
apparently.
nude. So,
Yeah, just for the record, how I'm writing this in my notes is Louis gets plastered, nude, then disqualified.
it's
Do we take clothes with them, or are they just like in a pile? Like,
What?
Did you take your clothes with you, or are they just in a pile where you?
Oh,
wear
for
them?
sure, my shirt is. I don't know. Louis cares about his clothes quite a bit.
Of course.
yeah, but drunk Louis.
Yeah, drunk Louis still cares about his clothes quite a bit.
All right.
Style is part of how you pick up people, and Louis does not. I don't think I've said this. I think I said this once again, but Louis doesn't really dress for cold as much as he does fashion. Right.
Roll some attack rolls. Win Ventus and Norm.
17 again.
Oh my god.
24.
18.
You guys are too good. You're not missing that target.
20.
Nat 20.
14.
You're still only on drink 1. You are totally fine. Target AC 13. So, Gil, Kasimir, you're watching the last 3 just nailing that target over and over again.
They're getting good at this.
17.
Oh, they're okay. 8. There's one.
Wait. Wait. So a 6 and a 9. The dots at the bottom, right?
Dots at the bottom of the number.
Dots at the
Okay.
bottom.
Oh, okay. I got a 12.
Norman and Ventus take their second shot. Win somehow is in the lead. Almost sobering up at this point.
Uh-oh.
It's been taking so long.
All right. 15.
Exactly what you needed.
17.
Ooh, double 17s. Ventus, you kind of hit the line at the edge of the target. Like,
Still
okay.
counts.
Yeah, still counts. Let's measure it, make sure it's right in there. Okay, again.
21.
Jesus Christ. Jeez.
20.
22.
Again.
As far as Win just hasn't started drinking.
17.
14.
23.
You say 23, Alan?
I rolled a 17.
And Xavier, what'd you say?
14.
God, it's AC 13. You're just all barely hitting that mark.
Isn't Ventus still on like AC 11?
No, he got his
No,
second drink.
Oh no, it's not Ventus.
I also I took my first one. I took my first one voluntarily.
Yeah.
Isn't Win still on his first drink, or not? He's not even on his first.
Oh,
drink?
that's right. Yep. So he's AC 11. So you're still clearing it easy.
Come on, Win. I think you should take a drink. Yours is getting a little warm.
Yeah. There's what were the drink options again?
Here,
Yes.
Can I see a
I'll hand
menu?
him. I'll hand him a vodka.
Okay.
I'll hand him a double shot of vodka.
Okay. Thank you.
Monster.
Okay. All right. All right.
I hand him a
Ventus-
glass of vodka.
Ventus.
Oh,
Just
this is
do like
water. I
Like
just
that
want you
one
to,
New
like,
Year's
hydrate
where
me.
that one New Year's where it was literally just a fucking cup of tequila.
Yep.
Ventus, you're a good prince. Cheers.
I know.
So you down a double of vodka, jumping you up to drink number 3. Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
That's a dirty 20.
It's a nat 20.
Y'all.
I imagine like I laugh and then I just get dead serious after he says that. I'm like, I'm going to win.
But then he
I'm
throws a
going to
dead
win.
bullseye in that Yeti's mouth.
The competitive side of Ventus starts coming
Go again.
16.
Okay.
And
11.
Norm's just sitting there like, yeah.
That takes Norm up to drink 3. Xavier?
I'm gonna roll. Give me a second. But since we're doing stuff, I was thinking of also cheating. I'm gonna cast Blast on myself to give me an extra D4.
Who? I want to roll and see if I notice.
I just go. Oh, I just burp. Moo mommy, and just.
Moo mommy, please.
All right.
I mean, I'm sure that's. I guess Xavier make a stealth check. Jacob make a perception or insight check.
Magical.
My stealth's 19.
I did not. I do not notice.
Congrats, you're blessed to get that extra D4.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay, that's a 22.
I imagine like you start playing faster before the minute wears out, and you're like, "Come on, let's just go. Let's go. Come on, throw." Time's almost up.
I
Man.
grab like 4 of them and start chugging.
Yep. So that is Norma and Win at drink 3, Ventus at drink 2. Go ahead and roll your next round.
Nat 20.
15.
I got a nat 1 that time. No.
That takes Win to drink 4 and Norm to drink 4, and if you will both roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Moon mommy, what the fuck?
Which, bless, you get an extra D4 on saving throws too, right? Attacks and saves.
I heard a cameo.
It's mine.
Is a 24
angry.
okay?
A 24
Yeah.
is plenty, man.
Damn.
He's cute when he's angry.
Hush.
22.
22, you're both okay. AC gets harder to hit the next time, and the DC to save and not throw up gets higher too.
Norm, buddy.
Yeah.
Bear with me.
Yeah.
Just quit. Just stop.
I'm dumbfounded that he just said that.
Just stop.
What?
This has gone on for too long. Stop. Let me win. Come on.
Don't do that.
Come
No.
on.
We're not done. No, don't do that.
Norm, who was your first friend that you made here? It was
Who's
me.
tall?
Who's taller?
Who's taller?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ventus is taller. I think I am a short king.
Literally.
Prince.
Short
I
friends.
go eye to eye and I say, nah.
Norm wants to win.
Norm,
Is
if I
this,
was-
is this the most? Is this
Norm-
the most aggressive we've seen Norm?
I know, right?
Norm, if I was king, I'd have you execute it, but I'm not. Let's go.
Isn't he your executioner, or is that Kasimir?
He's gonna execute himself?
He could do. I've seen it happen before.
Casimir was
Kasimir was
on
the executioner, okay.
executioner's job.
I just
And,
rolled another
uh,
nat 20.
He's considering it.
Not 20.
Nat 20s? Double?
I rolled a nat
16.
22!
And a
I rolled a
16.
16.
Xavier, make that con save as you hit up to drink 5.
If we get in a comment, we're gonna be fucked.
Don't put that out.
17.
17?
out.
That just
Yo,
saves. That
Bless is
just-
helping me a lot
Yeah.
right now.
All right, so we've got Ventus still at drink 2, Win at drink 5, Norm at drink 4. Make your attack rolls. Jesus.
I'm gonna try to convince.
Oh my god! I just rolled a third nat 20 in a row.
Bro,
We're
you're gonna have
fucked.
such shit luck for the rest
We're-
of the week.
This dice
So
is
fucked.
based.
I'm gonna try to convince Ventus that he also needs to drink. While
Sit
shirtless.
down.
Oh,
18.
Okay. Norm,
Non-nat 20.
non-nat 20.
Can I go for 4?
Norm hits. Win misses with an AC of 21. And I need you to make a con save
No.
as you go up to drink number 6. Norm, you barely hit with an AC 19.
20. Unnatural.
Holy crap!
Non-natural.
With a 19 con save, you do
my
not throw up.
I just do a little baby
God.
burp.
Look at little baby bird. Oh my god. Go ahead and make your final attack rolls. I assume it's gonna be final.
It's a 16.
Oh, it's a 19 again.
You said a 16, Jacob. Do you still hit? Win. Make me a con save.
I'm glad I maxed out con.
So you can
22.
drink 22
Yes. Yeah.
on a DC 21. You
Bruh.
save again.
Oh.
Another baby burp.
What?
Good.
So you're blue normally, right?
Yeah.
My friend, you are looking a little green. Green behind the gills.
Shut the fuck up. I just throw another dagger.
Your attack.
Dirty 20.
Nat 20.
30, 20, not 20. Norm.
25.
Jesus, y'all. Yup, you all hit. Miraculously, you all hit. Go for it again if you wish.
Y'all have like murdered an army of attacking yetis.
Ooh,
God damn.
16.
16.
15, but I'll roll my d4. 17, which is still below the
Yep.
DC.
Norm, go ahead and make a con save as you miss and have to take a shot win. Make your con save as well.
Oh no. 18.
24.
24. Alright, so Norm, you get up to drink 5. You take your shot. You smooth down the fur around your head. Taking a deep breath. Win? What is your party foul? What gets you kicked from the game?
I've been baby burping this whole time. I think we know.
We
I think we know.
know what comes next.
I pick up a dagger. And I get ready to throw it. And I just immediately barf everywhere.
I like. I shield to protect myself from throw up. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah.
mm-mm.
At that moment, I kind of go like, "All right," and I grab wind. I manipulate some water to clean the vomit off of him, and I. All right, buddy. It's all right.
I slip you a gold piece and say, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yo, he vomed in a perfect circle.
Oh my, gods above, he
I'm-
did.
I'm gonna go ahead and just to avoid any to spare him the issue. I'm going to use 5 points of my lay on hands to get rid of that alcohol poisoning.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I'm like,
Just
hey
to-
guys,
I will
actually
play
feel,
again.
I feel really good. Like, you want to go again?
You have been disqualified.
Yeah. How about we enjoy some nice water, perhaps a juice.
Do they have juice? Pineapple juice?
A juice for my friend
what the
here.
fuck are pineapples?
What's
I don't know.
So you guys grab some juice and find a place to sit.
Mainly beets around here.
Some beet juice, yeah.
And potatoes, but
Oh.
we make vodka out of the potato.
Potato juice, also known as vodka.
Vodka.
No, this is a virgin potato juice.
Virgin potato juice.
Oh,
So for the
Aw.
sake of brevity,
Brevity.
Ventus and Norm,
brevity.
do you guys want to keep rolling off to
Yes.
see? Okay, make your attack rolls. Norm, you're on drink 5. Jacob, you're on drink 2.
I cast
Dirty
guidance.
20.
I cast guidance on. Oh, never mind. Okay.
Do it again.
Another 25.
17.
Do it again.
23.
Plus 6. 21.
That's exactly what you needed. Do it again.
I cast guidance. I cast guidance on him.
On Norm?
Yeah, on
19.
Norm.
Okay.
Wait.
What does that do for me?
Extra D4.
You get to add a D4.
Oh.
Oh, wait, it's an attack roll. Guidance is just for ability checks.
Isn't an attack
Ayo.
roll
You
technically an
bless.
ability check?
Mm-mm.
No.
It
you need blast for
specifies.
that one.
Never mind.
Well, 22.
Do it again.
I have a really dumb idea.
22.
Yeah.
I got an 8 that time, so I'll take it.
Drink 3, baby. Now you're starting to feel a little dizzy. That's it.
All right.
I am going to attempt to try to end this as Gil, not as us. And I'm gonna cast Compelled Duel on a Norm to see if I can get him to start missing more.
No, why Norm?
Oh man, what do I gotta do for that?
So is that a save?
Give him-
That is a Wisdom saving throw.
He's notoriously wise.
I have not a great spell save DC, to be honest.
Alright.
As low level paladin, who's primarily strength based.
I rolled a 19.
No fucking way.
No, we're ending this.
I imagine like Norm very briefly feels antagonistic towards Gil. Then it's just like, oh, never mind. Keeps throwing.
We're finishing this.
Make your attack rolls.
Damn.
That's fine.
I'm glad I have people who can protect me so much in combat.
Right.
18.
I got a 19. I got a con save?
Yep,
right?
con save. That'll take you up to drink 6.
Plus. Yeah, 22.
That barely saves. You are officially on drink 6. Higher AC, higher con save. Make your attack rolls as I smack the shit out of my desk.
19.
Oh shit. 14.
Make your con save.
$20?
Oh my
DC
God.
21.
He baby barf.
What is Norm's party foul? What does he do that gets him kicked from the game?
He pees his apron a little bit.
Oh.
We're a mess.
Oh.
And then Kasimir and Gil are just sitting in the fucking corner.
Yeah.
Babysitting with.
Yeah.
No, not really anymore. 'cause we're not playing anymore.
Yeah. Okay. I I reach over and pull up a chair next to Win. I just go, all right, and I kind of pat it, looking at Norm.
Join the club.
Yep.
Louis is walking around shirtless.
I just bow. I use mage hand and just kind of like flip my hat around and just bow.
And no one's looking. Everyone's far too drunk.
I don't care. I don't care.
I'm going to take one quick toilet cat break. Y'all are more than welcome to join me in this quick little break.
All right, I'll be up to Virginia. Come on.
Yeah, come join me
Give
up
me a
in my
second.
bathroom.
You're finally gonna see your ass, I guess.
All right.
Very nice.
We're live, and I'm going to redeem a hydrate, so you have to drink from it.
Drink.
Everyone hydrate.
Look at this sticker.
Well, shoo-wee, look at that vanilla envelope statue.
I have 2 more. I'm gonna stick one somewhere at work, and then
Nice.
I'm gonna stick one. So I meant to stick one in the kitchen at the local before I left, but I forgot. So I'm just gonna sneak into the kitchen next week. Or two.
Do it. So,
Do it.
do it. As the game comes to a close, Norm, you recover from urinating on yourself. When you recover from throwing up, Louis, you continue walking around shirtless with your dog, trying to get laid.
Now, is Louis successful or not?
That's what we'll find out here soon. However, as you guys are attending to your drunken friends, kind of pulling them away from the main drinking area over to the sort of upholstered chair area to sit down next to the fireplace with the, if y'all remember, there is a big knucklehead trout that has been taxidermied and put up and enchanted to sing up on the wall named Old Bitey.
Bring me back.
Sweet home Alabama.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Hold up.
I'm holding
Start
up.
singing Linkin. Start singing
Never mind.
Linkin
I
Park.
forgot.
Never mind, you forgot.
One thing I don't
Um,
know why. Doesn't even
Occasionally,
matter
as
how
you
hard
pass
try.
by, passing over a tankard of water to a friend, or as someone, an adventurer walks past, Lily inspired. I'll add that to the pool for now. We may end up changing that system soon, but we'll see. Occasionally it reaches out and snaps at people, as it is enchanted to do, and then occasionally will sing. Louis.
It's
Low
me.
weight.
Make a persuasion check with advantage, because you're DOG.
Okay, well,
The
that's
dog
successful.
absolutely
Let me
does
try
with
again.
advantage.
Okay, that's a 26.
So the dog is very, husky-like. Double coat, kind of grayish white fur. Very loving and loyal. So of course, people love a good husky. As you're walking around, I guess, sort of Baldur's Gate 3-esque, what kind of person would Louis gravitate toward? Most of the people that are in here are either people you all know, such as Sheriff Southwell, or they're passing mercenaries, tradesmen, adventurers, or whoever that are just on their way through. What kind of person would Louis gravitate toward?
I think the most eccentric person in the room. The most interesting looking, rather.
Most interesting.
Elton-esque.
Elfin. John Elfin.
Mostly because the only way he remembers anybody is through drawing. So, I feel like the most picturesque kind of person is probably who he goes for.
Yeah. So, we'll say, you see a tiefling, a woman with kind of grayish, not necessarily pinkish, but almost like a, I can't think of the color name, where it's kind of like wine colored, but really pale, kind of a blushy kind of color.
Rouge?
Rouge, radiant rouge, if you will. Full lips, piercings, on the lips, the nose, the ears, everywhere, and some of them even connect. All sorts of tattoos, high collar, and of course is just one of those. She's one of those cool people. You can just tell, and you happen to bump past them and say "Oh, excuse me," and they're like, "No worries." And it's just so casual and alluring that you just can't help but stop sometimes. So eventually, catching that person's attention, you stop, strike up a little bit of conversation. You find out that they're sort of passing adventurer. She's more of the face for adventurers, almost representing them in a way, if they need so. She's found her way to Icewind Dale. You can tell her she's self-named. She says that her name is Mythos. You just call her Myth. And, she just goes on to talk about some of her, grand exploits, some of the jobs she's done, how she's almost like a union organizer, but for adventurers. So she gets, she will sometimes just represent adventurers to, go do certain jobs and things like that. But enough time passes, eventually you get some of the cues, a little hand on the arm, a little, next drink's on me, or I'll buy you this, little snack, or, what have you. You start getting those good signals. We stand union organizers, yes, Lily.
Yes, we do.
Nothing hotter than workers' rights, baby.
That's so
Mm.
true, though.
But skipping over a little bit, jumping to the rest of you who are sort of sitting comfortably, sipping at whatever final drinks, drinking water, whatever else, enjoying the warmth of the fire before going to bed for the evening. Eventually, an adventurer, mercenary, rando walks past the fireplace and walks past Old Bitey. And Old Bitey starts to sing rather than just bite, which is a little bit of a rare circumstance. Maybe once a day, Old Bitey will start up his song. And Old Bitey starts up the song, "There's a place I like to go, farther up the river's flow. Where it is I do not know, must be under all that snow." A song you've heard once before, last time you
That-
were in Shander.
And now that he sang it again, that was carved inside the lid of the driver's seat of one of the carts we found when we were searching for the iron. It was while we were out in the snow.
Correct.
Looking for the iron carts, we found an abandoned cart with not much on it. And then inside the lid under the driver's seat that was carved. Maybe, Scramsax might know something about it.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe do some. I can go ask him if you'd like.
Oh, they couldn't hurt.
Going up to Scramsax, this kind of grizzled old adventurer. Not much for words, but he basically tells you the same story from before, that someone brought in this old fish, and instead of buying it and feeding it to people, he bought it and had it stuffed. And then a couple years later, some old, some prankster wizards, basically some college kids came through and put this strange and random enchantment on this fish. Whether, that it will bite at people or that it will sing at people. But besides that, he has no idea what that, message might be or anything.
Does he happen to remember anything about the random people that put the enchantment on it?
Not the people who did the enchantment. He knows who brought it in, but not the people who put the enchantment on there.
Okay. Guess we'll just tuck that in the backseat and hope for the best.
Mm-hmm. Everybody hydrate, everybody stretch.
I wanna go up to Old Bitey.
Okay.
Ooh.
I just get like really close.
It snaps at you like once, and you kind of dodge out of the way. And it's kind of on a timer, so it doesn't, immediately just snap back at you over and over again.
Hey friend, hey. It's okay. It's okay. No, you don't have to be scared. That was a good little tune that you were singing. Sing it for me again. You see, you may know me. I am Prince Win of the Kingdom of Galanda. I love to hear you sing. You have a beautiful voice.
It snaps out at you, and then just goes back to its resting position with its mouth open.
Interesting. Okay. Not sure how to deal with this type of rejection. I mean, normally my father would just have you killed, but I'm going to ask you one more time. Sing that tune for me again.
First, something happens. Let me jump over the screen for that. whole new screen and everything. Gonna spin the actual fucking wheel, and it might just ruin this entire moment.
Hell yeah.
Storm.
Oh, that would be. Oh,
Storms in Icewind Dale are a little bit different. The snow has been coming down, of course, as it always does. The wind howling outside. But then at this moment, when Wind says, "Sing that song for me again," the door to the inn blows open, the windows rattle as wind and snow blast up against the sign of the inn, knocking out half the candles, half the lanterns, till you're completely in dim light. And after the slamming and the howling of the wind, people all kind of go silent for a second as it passes, and the only thing you hear is Old Bitey singing. And when you notice as Old Bitey whips his head out and is singing this song, as his mouth opens and closes, there's something shiny down in his gullet that you can see reflecting the little bit of light left in the inn. And then once the song finishes, takes his position back open-mouthed on the little plaque.
I saw you had something shiny in the back of your throat. Is that jewelry? Do you have jewelry in there? Is that comfortable for you?
He just sits there, mouth open.
Would you like for me to remove it?
There's no response.
Say nothing if you don't want me to remove it.
There's no response.
I'm removing it. I put my arm in.
Yep. And Gil has been speaking to Grimsax in the meanwhile, so he does not notice you putting your hand down in the gullet of Old Bitey, and eventually slipping onto one of your fingers, almost against your will. Sounds very forceful, but very naturally as you fumble for it, it just slips onto one of your fingers. And when you pull it out, you see a ring that perfectly fits your finger. It seems to be made of like a meteorite type dark stone. Along the band are 7 silver stars with a nice clear gemstone of chalcedony. And then at the sort of head at the top of the ring are 2 silver eyes engraved into the meteorite. And altogether, the ring is the symbol Salem.
Ooh. Moon mommy. Was this a message from you?
Feels that way. I mean, finding a random message carved into a random carriage out into the random wilderness all the way to here, and you were the one that just so happened to reach into that fish.
I start just like pulling it up, looking at it on my hand, doing a little.
Like you just got engaged.
I'm like blushing and everything. I'm like, oh my god.
And then Old Bitey just snaps out at you.
I'm just like, it's mine now. It's finders keepers, okay? I'll speak.
Are
to
you
this-
married to that fish now?
we could technically perform ceremony.
I didn't say I do. First of all,
Mr. Win Bitey.
Did you say I do? I first love the idea that one, he would change his name, and 2, between the prince and the animatronic fish, he'd be the one to take
The animatronic fish's name.
One
And the
has
fact
no
that
idea. Animatronic.
Yeah,
Wynn has
Whitey
no
is
idea
the
this is
family name.
animatronic. Wynn thinks this is just like a real fish. He's just like, oh shit, he was singing.
Just a talking fish, man.
I mean, I'm a talking fish. I don't know what more you want.
That's a fair point.
Jesus Christ. That's Wynn's whole backstory. He was animated by some prankster wizards. It's just
Why did you give me sentience?
they're really committed to the bit.
I can't think of the whole arc about calling
Fish.
Triton fish and that being wrong.
Oh, jeez. So, as this blizzard and storm rolls through, people start to relight some of the candles, get the door in place, but as they are fixing up the door again, someone new barges in. Coming in from the snow, you see a human woman, thick, dark brown hair, fairly soft features, soft chin, cheekbones, nose, everything. Fur collar, very nice, noble-looking clothes. And you see that people who are at least native to the area, the sheriff or the Battlehammers, all kind of like hold up their drinks, bow their heads. She kind of looks around, she kicks the snow off of her boots, shakes it off her shoulders, and then sees this strange group of folks who have kind of congregated over near Old Bitey. May I speak with you all for a moment?
Logan,
Yes.
I'm gonna invoke my character secret now.
Oh no, bud. Oh no.
Oh, what is this?
Oh no, I need to pull it up because I need to know how to work it in. Because this is not someone I expected you to do that with. You some bitch.
I've just been sitting, waiting to pull the trigger. Just like, I'll just pull the trigger when that feels right.
Okay, I'm gonna get this pulled up. Because, those native to 10 towns specifically, so kind of Gil, kind of Kasimir, Louis, the woman that walks in as she, you activated my trap card. That's definitely what just happened. I was not prepared. The lady that walks in is the town speaker, Miss Duvessa Shane, who is also the leader of the town speaker council for all of 10 towns. And so she comes through the front door. Sees what's happening and everyone kind of like acknowledges her, and Gil, as you're also helping kind of get things re-established after this cold snow and wind blows through. She stops, not surprised, but just a little taken aback at seeing you. Almost as if she were expecting you. And very businesslike? Yeah, it's a little too formal. Very just neutral. Can I speak with you all for a moment?
All of us.
She just gives like a slow nod, but kind of keeping her eyes on Gil.
Yeah, why not?
Sure, you can talk to me. I'll allow it.
She kind of just strides over, kind of gracefully, kind of leans one arm on the back of a couch. She says, I'll make this quick. I was working a bit late. Mulling over a bit of a letter I got from East Haven. You all are making waves out there in 10 towns, it seems. It's a bit late now to have any significant discussions about it, but I invite you to stop by in the morning or at your earliest convenience tomorrow and discuss contents of the letter and your missions here in Pentown.
Yes.
No, that sounds agreeable.
Why are we being so secretive about this?
It's not secretive.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, yes. And in fact, Sheriff Southwell looks over his shoulder. It's his off hours. He doesn't want to talk to his boss. Says, will you join us tomorrow? He says, of course, of course. Nods. Turns around and says, well, sorry to interrupt. I just needed to catch a little break from the cold on my way home, and, well, figured I'd pass on a message myself of a formal invitation.
Then we will see you in the morning.
And she just the most charged look ever directly at Gil and says, yes, we will. And just smiles her way right out the door again.
You
Bye.
okay, Gil?
You know her, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Is it a friendly relationship?
Depends on the day.
Oh. You in a tumultuous marriage or something?
No, not with her. No.
Not with
But
her.
That is a story for another time. I don't quite feel like talking about that right
Well, what time is better than the present?
That's a good ass question.
now. Long story short, long story short, we have known each other for many years. Let's say that we parted ways because I took issue with some things that were happening around here, and I expressed it in the way that I did when we were in East Haven. So, we have not exactly been... we haven't spoken since. But...
Wait, so was she not agreeing with you that things were shit?
So you remember when I had my initial outburst in East Haven about the whole human sacrifices thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't agree with you? I don't.
I mean, it's not that she doesn't agree with me. It's the way that I said it, I suppose. I kind of made an ass of myself in the process, and we haven't exactly talked that out. But it's also been a little bit, and it's complicated, I guess. Sorry, this is... You are my friends, but this is a bit of an uncomfortable topic for me to be talking about. I kind of usually stay...
You don't...
private.
You don't go
You-
to talk about it if you don't want to.
We can
Yeah.
address it another time.
Sure.
Man's
Yeah.
gotta be
Yeah.
secrets.
I just want to know: are you the dumper, the dumpy? It's just
I hardly see how that matters.
I mean, it kind of matters. I feel like that's useful information to have.
see Louis.
I think
I think that... I mean, I just kind of... We had a... I got mad. There was an argument about the way that I handled things, and then I just kind of left, so... It just...
It's always complicated if somebody else does dumping. I understand.
You should get her a present tomorrow.
I think I just need to actually talk
I'll
to her.
help you.
I think
Also-
I just need to actually talk to her.
Question: do we hate her?
No.
Because I'm down to
No,
hate her.
please, no. Look,
No?
I don't hate her.
You don't?
In fact, I love her very dearly, but
Oh,
Oh.
you did get dumped. I'm sorry.
I
Like presents?
think I just need to talk to her like an adult and not just lose my temper because of what I believe. I can be civil and still believe what I believe, and I wasn't. And I just essentially, I think I just need to apologize, and however she wishes to handle that, she will.
That's understandable.
And then give her a present.
I can certainly try to think of an appropriate present, but
I'll help you.
you know,
I thought that's where that was going.
you know what, Norm? I will accept your help, of course. I honestly kind of want to see where this goes. To be honest. So Gil cannot bake. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there. Gil can cook though. It's not like he hasn't had to survive in the wilderness before. It's just gonna be a little gamey.
You know, it's the thing of like where cooking, it's more sort of intuition based, and you're like, yeah, that looks good, and that needs some more salt,
It's
whatever.
not
Whereas
burnt.
baking is like, no, I need exactly this much sugar, this much flour, you know.
100%.
Yeah.
It's Gil's like, I can survive. I
Yeah.
can cook to survive. It's a little gamey, but it's edible. Just
As this conversation wraps up, Mythos, the rouge, radiant rouge colored tiefling, walks up behind you, Louis, and says, "Are you ready to call it a night?"
Yes, of course. After you.
Says, as you are walking upstairs to your room, she says, "I'm a little you know, I have my own little evening routine, wash my face and things like that. So, more of a morning person. Catch my drift."
Yeah, it's fine. Do you need help washing or anything?
I would love that. So, yes.
I'm gonna take out of my pack, because I always carry around part of my shop. I'm gonna take out a bath bomb that I've
Hell
created,
yeah!
oh, word.
and also some candles.
Hell
You
yeah!
gotta be really into self-care or a real horny bastard
To
to
have
make
bath-
your own bath bombs en masse.
No in between. So while we fade to black with that, is there anyone or anything else that people need to anything else that people need to do before heading to bed?
Yeah, how does my weapon bond work?
What do you mean?
Does it have to be a weapon?
Yes?
Oh, okay.
Is this a boyfriend dungeon kind of conversation?
That's what I thought was
Austin, do you know what boyfriend dungeon is?
What?
I know what boyfriend dungeon is.
Just
Anyway,
let us
continue. What do you mean? Yes, it has to be a weapon. The feature's called weapon bond.
Can Norm drunkenly accidentally weapon bond with something? Because you can do 2 weapons, it
Yeah.
says. Alright. It has to be a weapon?
Yeah.
Improvised weapon. I don't know that you'd have proficiency in it, but
I now know what boyfriend dungeon is.
Yep.
Excellent.
It's great, apparently.
Rachel liked it.
Can I weapon bond with one of the tables?
What?
I would say a table leg.
are you a fucking WWF wrestler? What the hell?
Oh, is that what you're going for? Like a WWE table? Yeah. Old card table?
Totally
Did I
take
do
that throne of displeasure back. I love that idea.
That would be hysterical. It's
chair?
You could definitely do a folding. You know what? If it's framed as a WWE weapon, I'll let you bond with a trash can, a table, chair. I think that's hilarious, and I want to see that happen.
Ignore with a steel chair.
Out of nowhere.
I kind of want to multi-class into Bard purely so I can be your
You're
purely so I can
announcer.
be your opening music person and announcer.
Yes. It's getting better and better.
Yeah, with my hoof in front of my head.
Oh,
Alright.
this is incredible.
Folding chair.
You're gonna weapon bond with a folding chair.
I'm not gonna. Norm's not gonna remember it. So it's
Yeah,
gonna
so
be-
randomly you're gonna summon your hammer, and I'll roll something, and it'll be a folding chair instead. Oh fuck!
Yeah, it's that moment in Endgame where Cap gets it, but it's just a folding
the time, yeah,
chair.
He smacks Thanos upside the
was-
head with a folding chair.
Or like, or like when they call and he gets the axe and Thor gets the hammer. And he's like, no, trade. And it's like Norm gets the fucking chair and someone just has his hammer. He's like, no, we trade. Give me the hammer.
I imagine though, with like Gil's strength and accuracy, that Gil could just like boomerang a folding chair from like 30 feet away and just kill somebody. Tomahawk a folding chair.
Fucking hammer throw like a goddamn frisbee.
Terrifying.
Anything else besides bonding with a folding chair?
I am going to use my Fletcher's tools to carve a little dog figurine before I go to bed.
He's been holding a random chair for an hour.
Yeah, that takes a long. I imagine you're sitting in the folding chair, but you're doing that drunk thing of just like mindlessly doing something. And you're just like holding the sides of the chair and like rubbing them, trying to not throw up.
And it like accidentally bonds to the chair.
Yeah, I'm in that phase. Like, if I stand up, I'll puke. So
I'll
just
pass
leave me
out.
here.
Yeah.
Same. I feel that with every
Yeah, I
fiber of
get
my
it.
being. If I move, I'm going down. So I'm
I'm
gonna stay
dead.
right here.
Oh jeez. Okay. Carving, bonding chair, anything else?
What's the deal when people go to bed? Is it like cleared out down there?
You know, there are some adventurers that are, you know, staying up late, drinking, playing a couple games. There are a couple really, really sad people who are staying up, but it seems like they're not staying here. They're just drinking here, maybe waiting for the storm to pass. But it's definitely quieted down once the very exciting game of Drunken Huntsman has ended. It's a little bit quieter.
I kind of want to do something about that mural.
Mmm. Yeah, that can definitely happen.
Cool. I don't know if there's like, it's painted on the wall.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know that I have anything that could like dissolve paint, and I don't want to set the place on fire. So I think maybe just like,
Does Ventus have prestidigitation?
Mm-hmm.
I think that could kind of work. Theoretically.
You would just have to ask.
You make a colorless marker symbol appear. You clean or soil an object.
Soiled it.
You know, I think you could argue that paint is soiling something. Especially if it's this type of paint. I think, you know, we could argue that Ventus could do some prestidigitation to get rid of the paint on there. At the very least, smear it.
I don't know that Kasimir would ask though.
After our conversation, our heartfelt conversation.
He's had a couple heartfelt conversations, but you know, some things it takes a while to share. So I think he just looks at it and this stands there for a minute or two looking at this like mixture of sadness and anger, you know, as the nights kind of wound down, and just in one swift motion as he turns to leave, fucking slashes across the face to like deep as he can, just to rip away as much edge of the visage of this offensive portrayal of a Yeti, and just make it unrecognizable. Just one swift as he walks back upstairs.
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Okay.
And if you want to substitute strength for your charisma, you're more than welcome to do that.
I think I will do that. Yeah. 21.
The moment do you do it with like claws?
Yeah.
Claws raise up in the air. Very briefly, you hear Scramsax go like, "Hey, what do you do?" And then the slash, he says, "You're gonna have to." But then, sort of seeing your expression as you turn around, and you can see in his face that he's not mad, because that was the tone he has. Like, you're gonna have to pay for that kind of thing. But he sees that you're not doing it just out of like, fuck that, whatever. He sees sort of the seriousness of you, and he just kind of stops.
Sorry.
And just kind of keeps going about it. He just gives you like a nod.
Thought I saw a rat scampering around.
And he just
Should
lets
lay
you-
some traps down. Just walk back upstairs. Pop a few treats to my dog. Just kind of sit and stare up at the ceiling for a while. Think until I fall asleep.
Kasimir is already such like a nice, wholesome man of a big bear man. But the fact that he has a dog is just like, that's good for the soul.
Yeah, I feel like it's something he's kind of always wanted, maybe if only subconsciously. But now that he has one, it's just like, I would burn the world for you.
It's Rosa in Brooklyn Nine-Nine getting her puppy.
Yeah.
I would kill everyone in this room and then myself. They had to.
Exactly, 100%.
Okay. So any final things before we start to wrap up a little bit?
I want to steal old body.
You want to steal old Bitey?
Oh, we're really pushing our luck here, aren't we?
We don't have to do it tonight,
Honestly,
but that is on my agenda.
Oh no.
It's on my agenda.
I would say that's up to you. You know, the bar's kind of quiet, but the owner of the inn is still here. He sort of works like the evening night shift, and then some other poor schmo works the day shift because it's a little less crowded. So you can either try and do it tonight while everyone's super drunk, or wait until tomorrow where it's a little less crowded.
Actually, he's still here.
Yeah, and he seems pretty, watchful of things around here.
I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm gonna slap down 12 gold pieces and said, "I want old body."
Looks down. Looks up. Looks at your armor. And you've been in here before. He knows you. Knows that you walk around calling yourself Prince. Make it 25.
25.
30.
Listen. Okay, I know this game you're playing. I'm gonna keep it simple with you. I'll give you old body, or you give me old body. I will give you 17 gold pieces. I'm walking out of here with the fish. We can call it a good night.
That fish is a lovely novelty for this inn. Brings in customers from all over. 20 gold.
I give him the 20 gold.
The intensity of this.
Yeah.
No way.
The most intense interaction we've had so far.
I just say underneath my breath, I'm gonna burn this whole place down.
He says, "What was that?"
Nothing. Have a good night.
As you go to grab Old Bitey, I'm gonna start rolling now. He snaps at you. Misses, of course. You can pluck him up off the mantle. And you see that immediately Scramsack starts like writing up a job thing of like, you know, catch me this X pound knucklehead trout to mount on the fireplace to replace Old Bitey. But you have Old Bitey now.
Oh my god.
My lord.
Nice.
Singing fish.
You have a singing fish that's definitely gonna start singing at the most inopportune times.
Great.
I hate everything.
I love it. I hate it, but I love it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hate it when it screws us, but I'm gonna love it love it the whole way.
Anyone else?
Posh dude in like, you know, very aristocratic clothes, and then he's slinging a singing fish on his back.
Big mouth bass.
Big mouth boys. I guess I'm supposed to call it my little dog figure. I'm gonna try to carve it in the same likeness as Enuma, my dog.
Yeah. Okay. Without anything else, we'll fade for the night. But, of course, as always, midnight comes around. Arl the Frostmaiden weaves her spell across Icewind Dale, keeping the sun from rising the following morning. But the following morning, Louis, you are greeted to a good time.
Okay, cool.
And in good time fashion, I assume, you know, you have all sorts of like, the whips, the fuzzy handcuffs, the specific clothing you wear, all that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
And as you are fuzzy handcuffed to the bed in nothing but your birthday suit,
Don't like where this is going.
I don't either.
Mythos, she stands up, looks at you with a big grin, and says, "This was one of the most lovely evenings and mornings I've had in, I don't know how long. But sadly, I do have to go." And she walks over and starts to, like, put on her own clothes and, noble cloak. And then starts rifling through your bag and your pockets while you are handcuffed to the bed.
I actually feel like Louis is used to this kind of thing.
It's like, yeah, this happens. It's like once a week.
Yeah, he only brought a small percentage of his gold because this has happened so many times.
Yes, I definitely feel like Louis legitimately probably gave Win some of his stuff to make sure that
He didn't get robbed when he was hooking up with this stranger.
So you paid 20 gold for Old
I
Bitey.
probably
Got
paid.
it.
So when you get 20 gold, Louis, you lose 20 gold.
Yeah.
So how much of your stuff did you give Win?
I feel like to be. Oh, that is a good question. How much of my stuff did I
All
give
of it. You trust me.
I feel like I trust Win, but not enough for that.
I imagine you gave your fighting gear.
I don't. I definitely think that my magic items I gave Win, like Potion of Animal Friendship, Great Bag of Tricks, and Dust of Disappearance. I think anything that like it seems like it would have been expensive. But honestly, probably maybe like half of my gold because I wasn't really sure if Win would. I wanted to make sure I had some kind of fallback.
Yeah, so she would definitely take whatever gold she finds, so she'll take half of that gold.
Okay, so I had 137, so half of that would have been about 60 something.
Yeah.
What is
We got
that?
so much money.
60. We'll call it 60. She takes. Nope. She doesn't take 68. She takes 69 gold and leaves you with 68 gold.
Nice.
Dude,
Oh.
that chick's rad.
Fetching's red. And the Win spends 20 of your gold.
Yeah, 20 of the rest of that. So.
Yeah, I have 48 gold now. That's cool.
So
Nice.
so Louis, you can try to break out of your handcuffs. If you wish. It's a strength or a dexterity check. Either way. That's up to you. Once
I
you
feel
see
like
her
this
doing
situation is almost kind of hot for Louis.
Gets robbed. Hot.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be like, powerful women?
Hot.
Hot.
Yep. Mhm.
This is what,
Keep
Fair
robbing me. You'll only make me harder.
for Louis, this is what gets him out of bed every morning.
Yeah,
Getting
right.
changed.
So, once she takes your gold and seeing that most of your other valuables are not there, she walks over, tilts your head up, gives you a nice solid kiss, and then starts collecting the ball gag, starts collecting the whip, starts collecting this, and starts taking all of your sex gear too and putting it into a bag.
Oh no, yeah, I'm trying to break out immediately.
The gold,
that's
no problem.
expensive.
The sex toys.
Yep,
that's
so
a
go ahead and
different
make either
story.
a straight dexterity or straight strength check.
I had to order this from Waterdeep.
I'm definitely gonna give myself guidance for this.
I'm going to say, what are the components for guidance?
Oh, that's a good question. It is verbal and semantic.
I'm going to say, since your hands are
Mm.
handcuffed up, you
Oh,
cannot do one of
no.
the arm components, hand
Fair
components
enough.
for it.
Fair enough. Okay. Okay. Then for sure. Let's try that. So dexterity, you said?
Dexterity or strength?
Is it saving throw?
Nope, just straight dexterity or strength.
Your boy had like no stats. I don't know what you want from me. Okay, give me a second. Let me see if there's anything you can see in the darkness.
You have advantage on
getting.
getting out of sexy handcuffs.
Yeah, apparently not. Okay. Primeval awareness.
I'll make that a
thing?
feat
Okay.
for you next time.
Thanks. Oh my god, it just rolled away from a natural 20. I'm so mad. That's a 9.
Magic.
With a 9, she puts all of your sexy gear into an extra knapsack.
Damn,
Takes
I'm gonna have
whatever
to make all that
swigs
shit.
of alcohol are left. And as she's standing there saying, "Trust me, dear. I'll remember you. And I hope to run into you some other time, somewhere else in town. And if you have one more moment to make one more check to try and break out before she slips out that door."
Okay, I'll try again. Ooh, that's a 14.
Still not good enough.
No way!
Manacles are a DC 20 check.
No way! I would have had to roll at 19. You kidding me?
Yep.
I'm not even proficient. All right.
I mean, even with proficiency, that would
I
have been
know.
close. So she steps out the door, probably nods and waves at some of your party members as they go down for breakfast. And then eventually, I guess, Louis, you can either eventually break out of your sexy fuzzy handcuffs or yell for someone to come get you out.
I
Do we
feel.
find him just like single
Wait.
throw pillow?
I'm.
All right,
Yeah,
can you just roll? Can you roll like real quick to see which one of us is the one?
I'll
that
let Louis
responds.
decide if he wants
No,
to get
I-
discovered, if he wants to yell, or if he wants to slip out.
I think
yeah.
it'd be
I
funnier.
definitely think that Louis is like, hello.
And none of us. Oh, he's on it again.
Hello.
roll. Someone roll for it.
I'll roll. I can roll. It'll be impartial. I'm gonna roll a d6. I'm just gonna re-roll ones. I'm gonna go across my screen. Norm, you wake up extremely hungover, slightly smelling of urine, hearing Louis go, "Hello."
I put down the chair and I go, hello?
Oh no.
Um, yes, Norm, can you come help me for a second?
Okay. I slump out.
Do you open the door to my room? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You see Louis butt naked, laying handcuffed to the bed.
Now, usually I would
Yeah.
make some kind of flirtatious move in this instance. However, this is not the first time for me. So if you don't mind, it happened again. I would like some help. And not quite in the normal way, of course. Unless otherwise.
There's a spare key in my butt.
Wait, what am I helping you with?
I'm.
Because I mean, I don't know if like I can. What do you need help with?
Let me ask you a
Hello.
question.
My name
My
is
name
Norm.
is Norm.
Let me ask you a question. What do you what do you think I need help with?
What do you think you need help with?
This is gonna be.
Norm, you see Norm, like one of his hands slowly like shuffling into one of his pockets as he's talking.
Okay, all right. I see this is
This
making you
a
uncomfortable.
familiar pocket.
Yeah, I see this is making you uncomfortable. And I am not trying to make you uncomfortable. If you don't mind,
Norm pulls out a card.
okay, Norm, I need you. I need you. I
apologize,
Oh,
sir.
no.
Matt. It appears you have fallen in love with me, which makes sense. Unfortunately. I am a widow. Already am in a committed relationship. Super, or it's complicated. I'm glad you understand. Also, I am a yak. And we yak folk have many customs which you may not be accustomed to. Courtship will be on hold until further notice. I'm glad you understand.
I do understand.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I have a question for you. How often have you read this card?
Well, they prepared me with everything before they took me out, so
Wait a minute. This was not your. This was not your creation.
I mean, they told me what to prepare. I wrote these down, but
How thorough were they? Jesus.
Wait. All right. So did they tell you you needed to create a note for if somebody fell in love with you?
We don't have time to unpack all of that.
I know. I need to.
Yeah,
I-
he's going through the manual. Okay, this is a 17B
It's all
party
form.
companion strapped to bed. Oh, sorry. This is party companion manacled to bed. That's a 17C.
So I
Okay.
rolled another die, and it worked out perfectly because I want to hear the catchphrase so badly. Kasimir, you walk down the hallway to go to breakfast and see Louis's door open, with Norm standing in the doorway and Louis butt naked, handcuffed to the
Yeah.
bed.
Okay, well, I start walking up. I see Norm in the doorway. I go, Norm, breakfast ready. Let's go."
I'm
And I
saying-
turn the corner and I just go, Louis, Louis, what?
It's happened
What's
again.
going-
I need.
Look, you came on to me.
Okay.
Okay,
I walk by. He did
Really?
what on you?
is this one of those times when we're not supposed to listen to what you say, no matter how you beg?
Oh God!
What's the safe word?
I'm glad that you already know this. However, I do not.
Louis, Do I need to say how many times this has happened in the past month?
Louis never getting his sex stuff back.
You don't need to tell me.
Oh, his things are gone. Oh, this is serious. And I get I reach over, just break the manacles.
I was imagining like you guys kept
No,
talking.
no,
and
no. I need these. Fuck.
I was imagining like each party member enters into the room and you're all just
Yeah.
standing there looking at Louis butt naked.
Yeah. One by one.
Yeah.
This was a dream of mine, but it's not quite how I. Sorry, go
Just
ahead.
minor,
so-
just minor illusion, a sensor bar above his wing.
Yeah, so you go up
Mosaic.
to Louis' like blue and yellow striped fuzzy handcuffs. You go to break him apart. He yells stop, but even with a search around his room, the key has definitely gone with all of his other stuff. So either Louis needs to be able to slip from them. I mean, you guys could grease him up if you want. There's plenty of that. If you want to slip him through the manacles, or you can just break him out of them.
I'm definitely going to continue trying to break out of the manacles. But it's going to be impossible for me to do so.
I was gonna say it takes you a while. If everyone else, unless you want to stand here and watch him, it takes him a good half hour.
I kind of just want to watch him.
We're just watching him butt naked.
Yeah, do you want to dress him while he's?
No, I've already seen him naked.
I mean, I guess we already got the sensor bar.
Oh yeah.
That's a whole thing. So,
I'm just kind of in the corner, just the way.
yep.
Why? The whole party. I understand. This is really. Just the whole time complaining.
Yep.
So
Actually,
flustered.
Yep. So 30 minutes pass. Eventually, you guys go get your breakfast. You get yourselves ready, and then eventually you have a meeting with the town speaker of Renchander. So with that, that seems like a fabulous stopping point. I'm sorry, Travis. I had to do it.
I don't have any silk rope anymore.
And you know where I got that idea? The episode of Seinfeld where that happened to George.
I'm so mad. I'm still gonna do it again, but I'm so mad.
Louis, the George just
The
dance
Georges.
party.
It's okay. 10 towns is a small place.
Yeah, the sex symbol.
I mean,
Kind of. Hell yeah. I love it. Okay, so.
Dale, yeah.
Also, why did she steal the sex toys?
To do this
I-
again.
We to do this again?
Yeah, so she could do this to someone else.
Oh, that's actually a smart move. I'm gonna be
Maybe
honest.
just to have.
That's true.
Just
I do think that he doesn't think that she's gonna do it again. I think that he's 100% like, we tried different things. She enjoyed it. I guess she wanted to replicate the experience. I don't know.
Yeah, what a good love story of you, like, chasing her all over Icewind Dale and then eventually, like, coming together in the end. It's like, Catch Me If You Can kind of thing. Where it's
Oh,
like you kind of hate her, but
Louis-
then also, like, ooh.
Oh no, Louis doesn't hate her at all.
Yeah.
Louis like, let's do it again.
He's in love.
Y'all, I'm at
I
the
found
most...
someone just as depraved as me.
She robbed me and I loved it. I want to do it again.
She did kiss you when she left, so,
Men will literally chase a woman throughout Icewind Dale instead of go to therapy.
Yo, Rip Gil.
I wasn't chasing. I just didn't do anything.
It's not chasing. It's more like stumbling.
It
Yeah.
was a coincidence.
Just kind of stumbled back into this one.
Spherical.
Spear. Alrighty. With that, thank you, Lily, for hanging out. Yes, you stepped away for 2 seconds and stumbled up upon Louis getting Costanza'd. Which that can mean a lot of things, but
Yikes.
Getting Costanza'd. Oh my god.
it's shrinkage. And that probably gets said a lot in Icewind Dale, honestly. Thank you, Hannelore, for popping in. Giving Gil the suggestion to get some chocolate and bake some cake.
Bake a cake. I'll
Nobushi
settle for
Nueve
a dog figurine instead.
I mean, hey man, it'll be cute. Nobushi Nueve for playing some tic-tac-toe and I think losing, or at least tying. And then, of course, Jacob for gifting subs to Daniel and Joko Wild.
That means I'm gonna have to fucking make bath bombs again.
You're gonna have to make a lot of stuff.
That's true.
I mean, you have a 10% discount at the general store. You can go hodgepodge your own sex toys again.
Yeah, but this was years of work.
Can you imagine, like, coming up with your character and it's like their motivation, their goal to get sex toys back from the villain?
Yeah, but think about how much more visceral it was to live through the experience of having all your sex toys stolen. Was that Arl? Was that Arl in disguise?
I was gonna say in my
Please
head.
say so.
in my head, I see it like the Curse of Strahd campaign. It's just like, yeah, the whole reason I'm in Barovia is because Strahd
Sex
stole my fucking sex toys. And then I'm here to get them back.
Oral this
New
Frostmaiden,
meaning to
yes.
Sex Dungeon Castle.
Oral this Frostmaiden. Yes.
Yep. That's what I just said. Yep.
Wait till you finally defeat the Frostmaiden and she has a horde of nothing but sex toys that she's stolen from all the
Damn it!
Towers.
No, not even the 10 towners. Specifically from Louis and his reincarnate.
Yep. Every time he dies, that she targets him again, steals the sex toys, kills him.
So bad.
That's so sad. His whole backstory is just Oral actually just did this whole like the whole ice thing in Icewind Dale just purely so she could wear sex toys. She's lonely, dude. She's lonely.
True. Oh God. Oh. So, yes, what's a D&D campaign without a Seinfeld story arc? It's literally what I just did.
Really, what Icewind Dale is just Oral and trying to find a competent man.
Well, hopefully she'll find one.
True. That would be. You just need a man. Come on, let's go. Find someone. So with that, we will figure out if we're playing next week. But we do have a Shadows Over Drift Chapel this Friday, and no lie, we are in the last, 2 to 3 sessions. We are very close to the end. They just came up to basically the Zelda boss door equivalent of Shadows Over Drift Chapel endgame kind of stuff. But it's about to get real intense with some real seriousness. And if you missed our one-shot, it's not on YouTube yet. It was a lot of fun, though. It's probably still on my Twitch, where we did the Cthulhu Dark system. It was just a blast. It was so much fun. We got to revisit Bradley's character Cayman. We got to revisit his backstory from way before everything, before he was even Cayman. And we did Cthulhu rules, Cthulhu Dark rules, so they're playing normal people, and they started out as children, like 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds. They went to teenagers, then they went to young adults, and then we ended with how Bradley's character became Cayman. It was so much fun. They got to watch the decline of the Eggfeld Isles and the gloam coming out from the sea, madness and cults and all sorts. It was so much fun. So much
I said
fun.
chewy several times.
Yeah, you said paw a lot. My paw said. Rachel played this little rugrat, scared of bugs, and oh man. So, just to give you a little hint of what kind of creepy it was, because they're playing normal people, they kind of had to tap into some normal creepy tropes. And there was at one point they were sent to go find someone who went to go pray at the church, and they weren't there. And Rachel literally said something to the effect of looking up and then saying, "I wonder if he's in the ceiling." And that was just so fucking creepy to think of a kid, you with a kid walking into a church and someone being like, "I wonder if they're in the ceiling." what? Ugh. That was the vibes of the whole session. It was not fun, but so much fun. Yes. Right, Lily? Yes. It had the same vibes, because I recently watched Haunting of Hill House. It was the same vibes as young Nell saying, like, it's the bent neck lady. Like, ugh, no thanks.
Just the way a child like understands and processes horrific things.
It is unsettling and horrible. It was a good show. It was absolutely fabulous. Recommend. But anyway, it's getting late. Thank you, Lily, for hanging out. Thank you, Hannah, for hanging out. Thank you, Nobushi Nueve, for hanging out. Who else have I missed? Who else? Emily, you were here at the beginning. Thank you for hanging out. Excuse me. And then I hope to see you all Friday, one of the final sessions of Stars Over Chapel. And maybe next week or the week after, some Monday. And what's the thing that we always end with? What's the thing that you guys say?
Dale,
Do it for Dale.
Praise hail, praise Dale.
Dale, yeah.
Okay, guess that's it. Alright, good night, everybody.